Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So, today we will be continuing the results of Moon and its Dasha Bhukti, that is the planetary period of Moon and its results as per the Vimshottari Dasha and mostly in line with the Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra because I have practiced that particular line for a lot number of years. So, we had done it from the first house till the seventh house. That is, if moon is posited in the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh houses in a given chart, and that particular native is going through the planetary period of moon, Vimshottari Dasha, which is of 10 years, and how that period would be in a generalistic way, because here we are not discussing whether the moon is afflicted, whether the moon is exalted, whether the moon is debilitated, or whether the moon is going through a Kemadruma dosha, or whether it is having a good combination of Gajikesari yoga, Chandramangala yoga, or even Saturn's combination of Vicha yoga. We are not dealing with any of the combinations. We are only giving a generalistic understanding of if moon is placed in these particular houses, these are the results which we can expect in a person's chart. So today we will be dealing with the other leftover houses, that is the rest of the houses, 8th house to 12th house placements. So if moon is placed in the 8th house of a person's chart, and see again another point is that whether the moon is a yoga karaka benefic or whether moon is the a negative planet of the chart. Again, we are not dealing with all these things, but still trying to give a generalistic view. So, health problems are seen in a person's chart, particularly mental health. That is, he or she will unnecessarily go through a lot of anxiety, stress, depression, and fear of failure. This is a very important point because it will give an apprehension or the fear of not trying to do something because the anxiety which has got inside will have created an assumption of failure in the future. So expecting negativity even before trying to do it is seen when moon is placed in the 8th house and its particular period of 10 years is going on. So there might also be setbacks, not that it is a very great placement, it is a dangerous placement, but as my wife was suggesting that we need to give some remedial measures whenever we are telling all these things. It would be better that I make a separate video on remedial measures for all the planets in the for the Vimshottari Dasha. So let us come to that later. So that is the 8th house. So when we come to the 9th house, the house of journey, the house of self understanding, that is trying to understand one's self by introspection, meditation, uh, new affiliations, new line of thought, education. These things are also seen in the 9th house because 9th house is continuing education after a long period of break. So let us say if a person has done his education in his 20s and he has finished it off by around 26 or 28, depending on what sort of line he has done. But what if he again gets into the moon dasha and moon is placed in the 9th house, a benefic placement for moon, and he will again get into a new subject. Like I have seen many people who have done their engineering and they have been working for around 10 or 15 years and then suddenly get into law. When they are in their 40s or in their mid 30s or in their end 30s, like 37, 38, they get into law, they get into journalism, they get into teaching, they try to do their doctorates, they try to complete their doctorates. This is a very important point for any astrologer to understand how to analyze this particular placement of moon. So pilgrimage, long distance travels, over water lines, that is a cruise of helping elders or parents. Here, helping elders or parents is more by showing affection, care, and nurturing, or trying to protect their rights. So this is a very strong placement of moon, and um, as I have said, this is a time when a person will actually get into new line of thought. This is very important. So the 10th house, the house of vyapar, that is the house of business, or even the house of occupational or professional excellence. That is the karmasthana, the house of deeds and actions. Moon is sitting in the 10th house, and moon being a planet of business, it's a planet of business because it deals with immediate transactions. The giving and taking is so fast in moon. That is why we call it as liquid money. That is the flow of cash or cash flow. Trading or marketing, business, dairy farms, products that which are associated to the dairy farm, milk and milk products, as we say, and any product in which salt, or any product in which sea commodities are there, and any product in which there is a perfume or aromatic substances which are mixed up, like incense sticks, like deodorant, sanitary fresheners, many things. You can go from cleaning the floor till applying perfume. Just imagine, every place we are trying to put a certain chemical, a certain alcohol or aldehyde, or all these things we mixed in a different proportion to make that particular thing work. So cleaning the floor, you need agents, that is chemical agents. Moon. So food processing, you need agents, that is chemical agents, again emulsifiers, enhancers. Moon. So moon is a strong planet which actually is a karaka for chemicals and pharmacy, and these people can get a good job or can make very good money out of pharmacology. So the 11th house is for gains, and any planet which sits in the 11th house, apart from being the 11th lord, because the 11th lord is also taken as a malefic for any given sign. But when any other lordship, for example, moon is the third lord or the 10th lord sitting in the 11th house, will give you benefits of fast cash. That is, let us say that you are investing somewhere and you do not have to wait for a very long time, and you are getting benefit immediately. That is the turnaround period of time, when which is calculated when financial managers know this, that you don't have to wait a long period to achieve a certain profit, because it's as good as a loss. So if your turnaround period is small and you are still gaining a substantial amount, this calculation will show you what is the proportion of profit. So the profitability is high when moon is sitting in the 11th house, and people who are in business can expect in its dasha, that is the planetary period, that the person will achieve gains. 12th house moon usually is a very tough position, because moon has the waxing and the waning periods. Same way, a person's life with regard to experiencing the outside world becomes a challenge when it is waning. you know, so like for example, a person has relationships, a person has friendships, a person has parents, particularly the mother, which is represented by moon. We have skipped those particular points here, like what happens to the mother when moon is sitting in all the 12 houses, what happens to the karakatvas, like the dental, like the food. These things are too deep for us to keep going into every subject into depth, because it will take a lot of time. But still, 12th house, 8th house and 6th house, when moon is posited in these placements, and if the place, the lordship also is negative, then the native can go through suffering, mental suffering or financial difficulty due to mother's ill health. So that is one sentence which is very generalistically put. So 12th house, which is also known as the house where you can see two things. One is spiritual growth, like towards the path of moksha. The other one is, understanding one's own intimate relationship with his own partner, and are also realizing the five senses through the materialistic world what we are in. So moon will enhance all the three, depending on how moon is and what moon is for the chart, how moon is placed and what moon is for the chart, because it is very difficult for us to now go there and tell that for every rashi or every lordship what is moon. So good conjugal married life, with regard to pleasures of intimate pleasures, unnecessary unwanted expenses, because 12th house is also the house of wasteful expenses, or vyayasthana, the house of loss. So medical expenses, because once again, chemical, medical, and all these hospitals also has one part of the Karakatva ruled by moon. So benefits of moon, if exalted or waxing, or in Kendra, in Trikona. So let's go into these points, along with lords of the ninth, 10th, or the fourth. You know, these are some small deviations which I'm doing. So what would it give you? What would this particular placement bring? Like if moon is exalted, moon is waxing moon, that is towards after the Ashtami, Shukla Paksha Ashtami, towards the Purnami. So we have the waxing moon. That is, the moon becomes brighter and brighter. It becomes fuller and fuller. And if it is in a Kendra, that is in the 1, 4, 7, 10 from the Ascendant, or if it is in a Trikona, that is 5, 5th or ninth from the Ascendant, along with the ninth lords or the 10th lord or the fourth lord. See, these are all very important to understand. 10th lord Karmasthana Adipati, ninth lord is Bhagyasthana Adipati, and fourth lord is Sukhasthana Adipati. So if it is along with it, then happiness, luck, enjoyment, auspicious occasions and celebrations can be seen at home. Comforts of conveyances, new car, new house, blessings of parents, blessing for marriage, materialistic comforts. Because usually when we see the moon dasha after the dry sun dasha is a good dasha, like it is like rainfall after this big period of summer. The sun dasha is for 6 years and it is very hot. That is, as we see in the horoscope, particularly when sun is placed in the 7th house or with the 7th lord, lot of breakages, unseen obstacles, difficulties in getting married, or difficulties even getting engaged. Even when everything is fine, some or the other factor will come where the sun will try to break a marriage or break a relationship. But moon, on the other hand, is what we call as samruddhi. That is a wellness, a well-being. Everywhere there is greenery, everywhere there is what we call as wellness, and samruddhi is like growth, prosperity. Yeah, the perfect word, very near to samruddhi, is prosperity. So it is a very prosperous time period generally, and that is why blessings, this word is very important, because out of all the words like happiness, luck, enjoyment, auspicious occasions, the one word which caught my eye, what my wife has done all this background work she does, and I am the person who is only sitting here and talking. So I get all the credit and she has to get it. Okay, anyway, God bless. So, blessings. So, this one word catches my eye, because this is very important. You are in a period, you are doing everything in your life in that period of time, and you feel that nobody has any gratitude, everybody has forsaken you. You are growing in life, but still you feel that, I should have had some companion, I should have had somebody to share my ups and downs with. This is what is blessing. You have somebody with you, it's a blessing. You have a good time period with, in that particular time where people are there with you, it's a blessing. So, very important. Materialistic comforts, new clothes, accessories, vehicles, having a child, addition of cows. It's for the farm and the farmers. Addition of cows, gains from mother. Matrumula Dhanaprapti Yoga. So people keep asking me, so will I get this property? When will I get this property? So the timing of an event can also be seen when moon dasha is running and your mother has some parental property to come to her name, and anyway she will be loving and giving it to you if moon is well placed in your chart anyhow. So that will simply, with a positive transit, it will percolate, it will come to you. So gains from others, success in business, so these are all seen when there is a good PAC with moon. What is PAC? Position, aspect and conjunction with moon, and it will give good results with regard to property through mother, good water resource, because people with farmland, they will be fighting their, to meet ends, because very less water resource. So when the moon dasha comes, they will hit a good point in the ground where they get very good, ground underground water, that is borewell water. So fast transactions and gain from grains, particularly anything which is in white in color, coconuts, rice, milk, chemicals, fertilizers, and many other karakatvas of moon. I'll leave it there. So thank you very much. Basically, the dasha is like whatever you have to get, that gets triggered. Yeah. So what is a dasha then? A dasha means the planetary period is that it triggers the planet which is posited in any place in the chart, and because of its position, those place, that particular karakatva, that is the signification, also gets triggered along with the planet. It is like if you are growing a coconut tree in southern India in a watery place, in southern India in a dry place, or in north India, you will know the differences of the harvest. It all depends on where it is posited. So I just took the coconut tree as moon. So if the coconut tree is in the God's own country, in Kerala, so you have a different taste. You come to our country in Karnataka, we have one of the best coconuts. That's what we are proud of. I'll always not let my state down. We have the one of the best coconuts, and particularly we have the Tiputur coconut, which is world famous for its excellent coconut quality. And still, once again, you go to the research center of Madurai, and in Tamil Nadu, you have Dindigal. You have extremely great research done there for tender coconut. So from place to place, a single coconut tree will have 100 different types of varieties, different taste, different application. So same way, moon sitting in different positions will take the essence of that Rashi, the nakshatra, the pada, that is the quarter of the nakshatra, and then we can see those things from the divisional charts also. Everything will get highlighted and it'll come up. So that is what is called triggering. So thank you very much for today's class.